Guys, and welcome back to another one. Now, 1 year after, here we are with an update to our choice in terms of the best Android TV box remote control app for our phones. And today I'm really happy to say our phones. I will talk a little bit more about that. Now, what I did since last year was to test out a lot more apps to see if there was anything in the market that would beat out what we chosen last year as the best app for our phones. But unfortunately I did find a lot, but in terms of functionality as a remote control and also as side features, I didn't find anything. I would like to leave a note right over here, which is, guys, if you are aware of any app that works better than this one and has more features and so on and so forth, please share down below with the community so that we are aware of any app. But as far as my knowledge goes at this moment, there isn't any app better than this one, which is called Setters Play. I will leave a link down below so that you guys can check it out. Now, also on a side note, last year I did mention something like this. Unfortunately, also for the iOS users, there is not a lot of choice. Actually, there's no choice, and I would love to see in the future this particular app that I'll post a link right down below in the video description. I would love to see that on the iOS side. So obviously this year I'm really happy to say that we have an app that can be used as a remote control for our Android TV boxes on an iOS device, which is the phone that I use on my everyday. So I was really happy when it appeared on the App Store, and we will talk a little bit more about that. Now, moving on straight to the features of this remote control app. As you guys can see right over here on the screen, I'm using a Gemini Pro on my hand, and I will guide you with the main features in just a few moments. But if you guys don't want to waste more of your time and you want to test out the applications, then move on to your Android TV box into your phone, just install them and you will be good to go. By the way, in terms of installation, it's really straightforward. We will have an application for the phone and there's a version of the app for the Android TV box. And guys, in the past I had comments where things did not work because you messed around. It's really easy. The TV version has a yellow sign on the top right corner, and the phone version says their phone version. So it's not that difficult. Just find it and make sure that you install the right version for the phone and the right version for the Android TV box, and it will work great. Now guys, let's start to talk about a little bit of the D-pad mode, as I will show you on screen, which will work like any other physical remote. We will have the arrow buttons up, down, left, right, and so on and so forth, so we can use like any other remote. And then we have a touchpad mode, which is really cool. Now, I did purchase in the past a gamepad, which is the iPega 9028, just for this feature, and it's really great to see this feature in a phone app. Next, we have the mouse mode, which is also really useful. It can give us a similar function to our air mouse mode that we use on this type of wireless remote. It's not the same, but it's a mimic, it's an imitation, and it will be very useful for that. And we also have here the numeric keyboard, which is basically a D-pad with also some numbers, useful to use in some kind of IPTV service and so on and so forth. Now we have a new mode, which is the gamepad mode, and this is a really cool and exciting one. And although it's not perfect, I must say that I did test it out with a few games, and what I can say is that it needs to be improved. It has a little bit of lag, and it's not available for every kind of game. We know that it's a headache to find games that are compatible with our gamepad, so it is more or less the same situation with this gamepad mode, and it's on the initial stage, so expect to be improved in the future. Hopefully, I do expect that, so let's see if they can give us a better experience right over here. But it is just great to see this mode implemented, so guys, just test it out and see it for yourself. Also, a really cool new feature right over here, which is the keyboard mode. As you guys can see on screen, this can be very useful if we want to type anything on the box itself, but without using any keyboard. We can just use the phone, which is always on our range. Just search for anything and then type search, and it will insert. This can be useful if we are searching for anything on a web browser or something like that, which is really fast indeed. Now, one note right over here for those of you that will try this application for the first time. Guys, when you will try to do this, it will not work at the first time. We will need to go to our Android TV box settings and choose our default keyboard as the set display keyboard, and then after that, every time we have our phone with the application open and we select that option, then it will work. So just have that in mind. There is an extra step to have the keyboard working. And in terms of remote control, guys, this is about it. So just go and test it out for yourself. Now, there are a few more features that are really interesting and I will share really quickly on screen. You will have a feature called Play On. By the way, almost all of them were present last year. This year we have the App Center as well, which is very useful to install applications which we don't need to search on the Play Store. We just need to scroll down, select the app that we want, press install, and there we go. Next, we will have My Apps, which are the apps that we have installed in the Android TV box, Clean Master, the screen capture, the search to cast, YouTube, live channel. There's also a new section called Tutorials, which seems really nice, and that's about it. And then there's the options, so on and so forth. Now, I would like to mention right over here that on the iOS device, the app works as good as on the Android, but at this moment is not as complete as on the Android. It's missing a few features. For example, the gamepad, it's not available here at this moment, at least. The keyboard function to search and to write and search, it's not available yet on the iOS, but it seems to me that this company here, the Set Display, is serious about developing this particular app, because last year they didn't have the iOS side of things and they didn't have so many things on the Android. So it seems that they are growing and putting some effort to have or to give us a better experience in terms of remote control. So really glad that we can use, but have this in mind that it doesn't have so many options as on the Android side. And that's about it. I will leave some links down below so that you guys can check it out. For example, my video in terms of physical remote controls, gamepads, also last year video regarding the Set Display and the features that I showed with a little bit more detail. And of course, we were missing the iOS. Also, in terms of machines that I was using in this particular video, I was using the Gemini Pro right over here, the iPhone SE, and the Minix U9H at the back. Links down below as well. And I would like to leave a note here, which is, please guys, if you test out with your Android TV box and your phone, leave a comment down below. My setup is this phone and this box, and it works great. This box, this phone, unfortunately doesn't work, and so on and so forth, so that we can have a better database on our community and that we can help each other to see if there's a solution for the phone or for the Android TV box, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to shut up. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.